Hello and welcome to another episode of The Changemakers, a podcast series where we delve into interesting conversations with professionals and get their insights and those people who are making a difference in ACCA world. Today we have another special guest who helped a lot of companies and especially startups succeed. So let's invite our guest, Mr. Omar Nawaz. Omar, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you very much, Kaleem. I am also very happy to and excited to be here.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So before we delve into our conversation, so tell us about yourself, our audience, and your journey in this profession.
Kaleem, I came to UAE around 8 years back. Before that, I was a full-time teacher. I used to teach ACCA, but I was always hungry to taste industry. I always wanted to see what is happening in the industry. So that hunger brought me here. So when I came over here, I was lucky enough to join a local group, and with that group, I was working with Director Investment Strategy. Our group's aim was to acquire or invest in different startups, and during that time over there, I have evaluated more than 50 plus startups. And during that time, I understood one thing, that whoever was coming to us, they were very weak in certain elements, like they don't know how to prepare their business models, they have no idea about the investor pitch, they don't know how to prepare the data rooms. So a lot of problems were there which I identified during that period. So I thought, rather than staying on this side, I should step on the other side and help people to bring their product to the investors so that they can succeed.
Perfect. Thank you so much for a detailed introduction. So let's begin with what exactly is a startup. So how you would define a startup to somebody. Definitely, we know that we have an audience and they already know what startup is, but what in literally terms startup is.
In one word, I will say startup means disruption.
Really?
You're disrupting the market because big giants, they have given you conventional products. We are very convenient with those products, but there is a lot of room to grow, a lot of room to change, which can help save time, which can help save money, which can ease your life. So that's what startups do. They disrupt the market.
Okay, perfect. So now, if it means that this is disrupting a market, so how do you think that a person who is disrupting a market, like the startups, what exactly are the things which they should consider before stepping into this whole disturbance thing?
See, a lot of people come to me with different ideas, and they think their idea is very unique. First of all, we have to understand what kind of target market we are reaching. If our target market is huge, then we have to understand that whether a similar product is available in the market, and even if it is available still, what value addition they are giving to them. So this is very important to understand, that you have to bring something which is unique. Even if the product is there, some unique element and add-on should be there.
Perfect. So what do you think should be a strategy of a person who wants to do a business and wants to go for a startup? So what exactly is the strategy, or what are the things that person should be considering before stepping and launching a new startup?
See, idea is there, first of all. You have to identify your target audience, and then you should have a strong team with you, because in startups you don't have a ready product. So somebody is not going to just invest in the idea. The person is going to invest in the people behind the idea. So their credentials, their experience, their expertise, their dedications, all these things matter a lot to the person. And on top of it, how united and focused they are in reaching their targets.
Perfect. And what do you think, like, what exactly a person who is planning to start a new business should be looking into? Like, that person should be doing any kind of business plans, or that person should be going for some kind of feasibility studies. So what do you think, how important these aspects are?
See, there are different steps involved in this. First of all, you have to see what is the product, and secondly, you have to build a prototype of the product as well. Once the prototype is ready, then you have to present this to the investors. Now, those investors initially can be your family and friends. There can be some angel investors, there can be incubators. Even some SME government funded programs are there. So we have to definitely present that product to them. To present, we have to give them an investor pitch, we have to give them a teaser, we have to give them investor deck, and definitely behind that there should be a data room available, so all the information is available whenever it is required. And it is very important to do a feasibility of the product, because as I said initially, if you see the timeline of a startup, first 3 to 4 years you cannot get any profits. You're just investing in the product, you're trying to grow the product. So this is very important to understand that whatever funds you are trying to procure, those funds will be invested in which elements? Maybe product development, maybe product marketing, manpower, resources, all those things matter. So you have to be very, 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 you can say that vigilant about what kind of allocation you're doing to the cost and what is going to be the outcome. You have to do prototype testings, you have to test the product on some small group of people so that you can basically have testimonies that how our product is going to, what is going to be the outcome of the product. So these things are very important.
Perfect. Thank you so much for elaborating it perfectly. So what do you think are the other aspects like marketing or promotions, and how big of a role these kind of things play in the success of a startup?
See, seeing is believing. So that's why having a good information memorandum, having a good pitch deck is very important. When you go to the investors, you're going to give them an idea. When we are talking, like if we are friends and we are talking about a product or a thing, you'll just have a key idea, but you'll not be willing to invest unless I'll present it to you that what this product actually does. How it is going to make disruption in the market, how it's going to benefit public. Because at the end of the day, it's all about bottom lines. That eventually that product has to generate a bottom line. So this is something everybody has to present. And to present, making a feasibility report, making a pitch deck, doing valuation of the startup at different stages, it's very important.
Okay, so one more thing. What do you think are the components of a best, or I would say some result-oriented investor pitch?
See, there are 9 different elements that an investor is going to look into. First, they're going to see what is the value proposition. Then they're going to see what is the target audience. Then what is the problem they're addressing. Then what is the solution. Further, they're going to see that whether a similar product is available in the market or not, and what is a unique proposition on that product, what is the add-on you're providing. Then it comes to the team. Who's the team behind it? Then further it goes to the cost, that what are the costs involved, and on the basis of the cost, what is the final outcome, revenues this business is going to generate. So these elements are very important. Everybody should focus on these elements.
Thank you so much, Umar. Thank you so much for this interesting conversation. And I hope our audience has also found it, this conversation interesting. So stay tuned and keep watching our episodes where we'll bring more interesting people with their stories. Till then, goodbye.